Hello friends and welcome back to part 2 of my massive spring cleaning wardrobe declutter. If you missed it, I will leave a link in the cards and the description box where you can watch part 1 of this. I didn't realize it was going to have to be a part 2. That's how big this job ended up being. So thank you for coming back and joining me for this second installment. We still have so much left to do. And obviously past me didn't realize it was going to be 2 separate videos. So we're just going to dive right in. Now for the skirts. I don't have as many skirts. But let's still go through them just to be thorough. This skirt I love. Blair bought me for Christmas. Was it last year, the year before? Keeping. Obviously, my pink skirt, that's a new acquisition. Honestly, it is on the larger side, but it has a drawstring as well as a elastic waistband. So keeping that. This skirt is one of my favorites and most worn. Elastic waistband that still fits me pretty well. Keeping that. This skirt, however, I don't wear as much because it's shorter. It's very pretty and I like it a lot. I was going to say love, but I don't know that I do. And it is a bit too big for me at the moment. So maybe we need to try this on and make some decisions. This skirt is so amazing. It's like a full circle skirt. There's so much fabric here, which I appreciate. And like, I do really like it. I'm just wondering if it's one of those things that I like and maybe would wear for certain kind of events, but it's not really me. It's sort of tangential to my style, not directly within my style bubble, if that makes sense. And on top of that, it is just too big. Like obviously it kind of, I have very big hips, so it's not going anywhere. It's not at risk of falling off, but it's not sitting where it should and how it should for a skirt like this to create the silhouette that you're kind of going for when you wear a skirt like this. It's not something I've been wearing a lot. I think I like it more in theory. I think this might be time to sell. Next up, these skirts. They're not really organized in any particular set. This skirt, one of my favorites, keeping. This purple skirt is still fitting me, so we're keeping that. Not quite as slinky as when I first got it, but that's okay. Yellow skirt, still fitting me, love. And this skirt, of my like colorful like midi to maxi length skirts, this is probably my least favorite, but I still love it. It's still a 9 out of 10, you know, so I'm keeping it. And it's nice to have a floral option every now and then. The only other skirt I have is this one, which is actually from the same like adjustable clothing brand as the like emerald pants. So this is a very adjustable skirt as well. And it's really clever how it's done. I feel like I need to do a video on like adjustable clothing and like clothing to fit lots of different sizes. I do have a wardrobe that does fit me across different sizes. And I feel like the fact that I've gotten this far with so many of my clothes despite how much my body has changed, I think is a testament to how adjustable my wardrobe is. It has seen me across like solidly 2 different sizes, like easily, without even having to think about getting rid of anything. It's just now that I'm moving into that like that next size that it's becoming a problem. This skirt though, I remember being a little tight on me when I first got it. I was like the top end of the adjustability for this. So I think now it's going to be even better. I think this is going to be fitting me the best that it has in a long time. So I'm excited. I'm excited for summer, for that skirt alone. We'll come back to the drawers, but while we're doing the hanging stuff, I do have dresses over here. I know you can't see. Oh, before we get there, I do have one other skirt, which is this lovely, lovely skirt that I got to wear to my friend's wedding. I don't wear it as much. I think because it's so nice, I feel a bit precious about it. But the other thing is the waistband. It's an elastic waist, but it's only really kind of like held down at the 2 seams on the side. And so when I'm wearing it, this white part often kind of ends up flipping up. And I just remember at the wedding, it's very physically comfortable, but I was constantly like having to remember to tuck my waistband in. And that's just not something I want to be doing with my time when I'm at a fun event, you know? And it's not, I don't think just like stitching it down would really work because like the pleats come from the top. Like that's kind of, it almost looks like this waterfall of pleats and that would ruin the look. I don't know. Let's try this one on. I'm not sure. This skirt is just so pretty. It's so pretty. And I felt so gorgeous in it when I wore this to my friend's wedding. It felt so special and it still feels special. It's not like too big on me. I can definitely wear this, but it's not fitted to my waist at all. It's like gently resting against my waist. And it does mean too that it doesn't really like stay in place. I don't know. Like I feel like if it was just like a little bit smaller, I'd probably be a bit more comfortable. And then like I said, I don't know how to make it happen. But so often when I was at the wedding, this waistband would just pop up like this because it's not attached to the inside of the skirt except on the 2 sides. And I know the simple solution would be to just like basically sew it down. But as you can see, like the pleats start up here. And so if you sewed it down, you'd kind of ruin that illusion, that effect that this skirt has and part of what makes this skirt so beautiful. But I also don't feel ready to let go of it. So I think I'm just going to hold on to this This is going to stay in my wardrobe. And hopefully there will be some moments where I feel called to pull this out. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, finally for the hanging items, we've got my dresses. And I have 2, 4, 6. This pink one, so glorious. Honestly, I haven't worn it a huge amount though. I think for 2 reasons. One, the sleeves make this a little less practical for all year round because it doesn't fit into jackets. So it definitely needs to be a summer item, but not so hot that you wouldn't want to be having a huge amount of fabric around your arms. Do you know what I mean? Little tricky. Anyway, the other thing is, and honestly, I don't like talking about my insecurities online because I feel like, was that dress trying to shut me up before I tell you my secrets? I don't like talking about my insecurities online. One, because I just don't want to be thinking about them, and I don't want to be like encouraging you to think about yours when we're talking about clothes, you know, but also because I don't want to be giving ammunition to the mean people in the comments, you know. However, there is something about this dress that does make me feel just a tad self-conscious, and I know that it's silly, and I know that mentally, politically, I don't give a fuck, but that sensitive, emotional little side of me that, you know, it fears judgment from the world does feel a little self-conscious when I'm wearing this. I feel like I need to get the fuck over that though, because this dress is incredible and I don't want to get rid of it. So this summer, I am overcoming my fear. I'm not going to tell you what the fear is because, you know, some things we need to keep private, but I am. You're going to see me wearing this and I'm going to get the fuck over it. This dress, so many of my dresses are from Variety Hour, okay? I think all of them except one. They just make beautiful dresses. This, my mum bought for me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and I absolutely love it. Keeping. This was a secondhand one, also Variety Hour. It's got crocodiles on it. Keeping. And then these 2 are the same dress. This one I bought originally, like, I think this was like the first thing I ever bought from Variety Hour, like on sale or something. Love it. This is the same dress, just in the larger size, and I found this secondhand. Love both of them. Also, the new June's dress have pockets. My old one doesn't, which is a little sad, but they're still just so glorious, I don't care. And then finally, this dress, which is more historically my wintry dress, but I just didn't wear it this winter. I don't know what it is that held me back this year. I just was never in the mood for this dress. I don't know whether it's the black base. This has been a theme of some of the other areas of my wardrobe. We'll talk about that later. But I don't know. I'm just not feeling this as much as I was when I first got it a few years ago. Maybe we need to try this on and make some decisions, I think. Okay, now that I have this on, 2 things are coming to mind. I am realizing why I liked it as much as I did and why I wore it as much as I did. I'm also realizing why I don't wear it anymore. And I think that is simply because I don't wear bras anymore. And so my bust is sitting in a different place to where it used to when I used to wear this dress. And I just don't like how that looks as much. I have really grown accustomed to my new silhouette. In fact, I really like it. As I mentioned before, like I appreciate my body and the shape of it in new ways now that I don't wear bras. Not to mention I'm so much more comfortable. So there's no way in hell you can convince me to go out and buy a push-up bra just to wear this dress again. I'm just not interested. But equally, because of like where the shearing is and kind of how this dress sits and fits on me, even though I love my new silhouette in all of my other clothes, I just don't love it as much in this for whatever reason. To be very clear, I don't think it's bad. I don't think I look horrible in this. I think I look fucking banging. It's just not what I want to wear right now with, you know, like how my body is. And I think that's okay. I love all my other dresses. I have plenty of other dresses. I think this one will be so loved in a new home. Look at it. It's gorgeous. Okay, we're back after my physio appointment. I've had a snack. Now we're ready to tackle these drawers. The top ones are basically like stockings and singlets, so we don't really need to go through those. We do, however, need to go through these 3 drawers, which are basically all like my short sleeve tops, t-shirts, lightweight knits, and then a couple of long ones, but like my mesh tops and stuff. And I've got a few. I sort of feel like I just want to pull them all out and rearrange them because they need a bit of a tidy up, these drawers. So let's just do that, hey? Okay, I know you can't see, but I've got like 4 different stacks here, sort of. Firstly, I'll talk about this one. This is not part of one of the stacks. This lovely t-shirt is a t-shirt I bought my pop years ago. He was a big fan of lawn bowls. I think I got this for him in like 2012, obviously the Keep Calm. But he loved it. He thought it was so great and he wore it all the time. And after he passed away, I kept it. And I'm going to keep this forever, I think. It does fit me. But it's not really something I want to wear. I just want to keep it. Seems a little silly for it to be in my clothes drawer though, like just taking up space. I think I'm going to put this with the Camino top that my dad got me, you know, like the sentimental t-shirts that I'm never getting rid of, but that I'm also not wearing. So that way we can make some space in here. Okay, next up, I suppose I've got 5 piles. This is a very small pile though. My 2 mesh tops. This pink one I've had for, I want to say like 4 years, and I've worn it a lot. However, it is really starting to, as mesh like, you know, this is all basically plastic. And all of like the elastic is basically coming out of the fabric. I don't know if you can see that. But basically the fabric now looks fuzzy, basically all over, especially like around the cuffs and then like around here, basically where there's like a lot of friction or use. And then also this top just doesn't fit me how I would like a mesh top to fit me anymore. It's a bit too big. So I think the days of this top are numbered, but it's not in nice enough condition that I would feel confident or comfortable reselling. I don't have any plans and I don't know what I would do with this, but I sort of want to make something out of it. I don't sew. And I don't really want to learn to like do a big sewing project, but like I feel like there's something I could use this for. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm gonna put it in a pile. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I want to do something. The other mesh top I have, which honestly feels so different, it actually feels like some kind of material, not just plastic. And the only reason I get away with these is because I always wear something underneath. Otherwise, I could not stand these being on my body. This one is much newer. It was a secondhand purchase. Was it earlier this year? I think so, back in February. And I have been getting a decent amount of wear out of it. I don't wear it like all the time or anything, but like I wear it and I like it. I still like it. I prefer the color palette of the other one. Like that is just my color palette as we have established, but I like me a bit of blue too. So this one we're just going to keep. I think though I am going to put it down with my long sleeve knits because even though it's so like flimsy, it just makes more sense there. Like I'm going to wear it on a cooler day. I'm not going to wear it when I'm going for a t-shirt. So I'm going to put it in the drawer under the bed. Okay, next up I have a bunch of like short sleeve knits kind of, or just something that's a bit more substantial or a bit different from just like a straight up t-shirt. And some of these I like a lot more than the others. I feel like a lot of these I've been keeping around just because I feel like they're good to have, but like, are they at this point when I haven't worn a couple of them in literally like a year? Or even more. So I'm thinking of things like these like lightweight, well, they're not really, like they're kind of like ribbed knit material that just look like that little bit dressier than just a t-shirt that I have in the past worn with like one of my pretty skirts to something that needs a little bit of a higher formality level. But do I ever wear these because I want to? I mean, I have been known to wear the cream from time to time. Do you feel like it's worth keeping that? Even though I don't wear it very often. It's not something that Mutual Muse I don't think would want, so I wouldn't be reselling it. I'd be looking to donate it probably, and I don't know, I think even if I only wear it a couple of times a year, I'd rather do that for now. I've also got this navy one. I think it was the same in navy. These are both V-necks, and I do like them. And they're like 80% cotton from memory, so like I do like wearing these, but like they're heavier weight, so it's not like I'm going to be wearing them in the middle of summer, but I still just kind of think they're good to have. Is that weird? I do have another navy knit that I do wear a lot more, but that's because it's a bit like, it's got this sporty collar. This I found secondhand. They're both from Bowden actually, but I really like this neckline. It just adds something. And so I do actually wear this quite a bit. So this one's a definite keep for sure. Do I need 2 navy short sleeve knits though? I don't know. It just seems weird to get rid of it. I think I'm going to keep this too. I know that for some people their philosophy is like, unless I'm wearing it every month or unless I wear it X number of times a year, then I'm not keeping it. It's not taking up space. And I do feel like that about certain things. But there are also a handful of things that I don't wear a huge amount, but I like knowing that I have, so that if I do need to wear them, or that if I do want to wear them, they're there and I don't have to go out looking for something. I've already got it, you know, and I've already got an item that like, I like the fiber content. I like how it fits me. I don't think I should just get rid of it for the sake of getting rid of it. These are the other 2 kind of like knits that I've got, and I like these a lot less. This is like a light pink one from Review that I've had for, I want to say I've had this since like 2017, which I know when I say makes it sound like I've had it for like 3 or 4 years, but do I need to remind you that was 8 years ago? Do you want me to remind you of that? Probably not. I do think that this looks nice with like several of the items that I would wear it with if I wanted to wear it. Like plenty of my skirts would look great with this. Like even my red culottes, that would be a look. But am I going to do that? Probably not. I think this is one that I'm probably ready to let go of. It's still in really great condition, and I think someone else would get a lot more use out of it. The other kind of knit top that I have is this little black one. It's very cropped, at least considering I don't normally wear a lot of cropped things, but it's got this like fun little mock neck, which I do like. This is another thing that I don't really wear very often, and I really don't see myself reaching for it all that often either, but it doesn't take up a lot of space. And I feel like this is, again, just one of those things that might be good to have. I don't feel ready to let go of it. I might feel differently next time we do one of these clear outs if I still haven't worn it, but I think for now, I'm going to hold on to it. One of my few remaining black items. So those are all like the dressier ones that I keep around because I think they're good to have and I wear varying extents. This though is a secondhand top that I got that I really love but I never fucking wear. I think I struggle with 3/4 length sleeves because it's like, is it hot or is it cold? When am I wearing this? I don't know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But I love how this looks. And I love how it looks on me. I suppose it is a little outside of what you would call my style. Like I think if you saw this in an op shop, you wouldn't necessarily think, oh, that's so Katey. I've made outfits with this that I think are really, really cool. I just never actually want to wear them. So I think this is one of those items that I really liked on me. Like I thought I looked really good in it, but I don't necessarily think it fits with how I like to dress 9 times out of 10. So I think this might be something we're going to donate. The other knit tops I've got are all lovely and colourful. This red one was a recent thrift find, absolutely keeping. Can't wait for it to warm up so I can wear that. This neon green one I thrifted last year, love. And then I also thrifted during winter. I don't know if I told you about this. I just found it at like a Vinnie's in Moonee Ponds or something. This is just like a short sleeve cotton knit and I love the color. Not the sort of thing I'm going to wear all the time because I often do opt for t-shirts, but a good option to have, I think. And then of course my orange top that I recently got, keeping that. So those are all like the short sleeve knits that I have. So how many are we keeping? 2, 4, 8. I'm keeping 8. And I love this. I've got one pile that's rainbow colored and one pile that's neutral. This is where the neutrals live in my wardrobe. I feel like they just come in handy. I think I'm going to be keeping these. Let's put them in the bottom drawer because I am probably going to be reaching for them the least, seeing as it's going to be warm. Okay, that doesn't even take up one whole drawer. Now we've got my true t-shirts. And these I've separated into 3 categories, I'd say. The first is my band tees. And when I say band tees, I mean The Cure and the Human League. And that's it. I do like other music. It's just that The Cure is my favorite band by far and have been for more than half my life now. And then the Human League I've just seen a bunch of times and I love them so much and I spoiled myself and bought some merch last time I saw them, which is not something I normally do, but here we are. I have a black and a white t-shirt because I couldn't make up my mind and I was just very excited. They're very good live, okay? That's all I have to say in my defense. Then these 2 Cure shirts, Blair bought me for Christmas last year. And yeah, I mean, obviously they're both black t-shirts. Most of the Cure's merch is black. It's very difficult to be a Cure fan and somebody who likes to wear rainbows all the time, but you know, here we are. That is my burden to bear in this life. This one's my favorite because it's got color in it and also the image is really cool, but I like both of them and I'll be keeping them for as long as I can. The absolute gems in my Cure collections though are these 2 shirts. For the 40th anniversary of 3 Imaginary Boys, they brought out colourful merch. Robert was truly just thinking of me that day, and I couldn't thank him more. My favorite t-shirt that I own is this pink one. It's very worn. I don't know if you can see like how worn it is. And it breaks my heart that they don't sell this sort of stuff anymore. Like this was very much like a special limited edition sort of run. Anyway, that was a lot of talking about Cure t-shirts. I'm keeping all of them, obviously. My next lot of t-shirts are the patterned ones, I guess. The ones with like lots going on or at least more than just a logo on them. We've got a couple of striped t-shirts, this navy one, which is fun and something a bit different in my wardrobe. And then these are 2 of literally the same t-shirt. I surprisingly wear this one a whole lot more. I thought I would wear this one more, but it's this one. I like both of them though. I'm going to keep them. Then the more like floral kind of patterned ones. Quite a few of these are from Gorman, I would say. And I mean, I like them. They're colourful and fun. This one I got secondhand. It's originally from Obis. I think I'm going to keep all of those. I think the only one I'm hesitating on is this one, which is originally from Variety Hour. This one I got secondhand. You see me wear it pretty recently. It's really fun. I love it a lot. However, the thing I like not so much about this is the sleeves. They're like really quite fitted and I think that's intentional. I think that's kind of the design. It's just not really what I want when I'm like hot, which is when I'm looking to wear a t-shirt. And so even though I love how it looks, I never really reach for it. Like I do wear it, I don't know, I don't look forward to wearing it as much. So maybe we need to try this one on. I know we're not trying on a lot of t-shirts, but I think I might add this one to the pile. As you can see, these sleeves just are like a more slimline kind of sleeve to a normal like true t-shirt kind of look. And I just don't really love the feeling of pressure on my arms, I guess. Having said that, I think this is fitting me better now than it was a few months ago. And I do think it's really fun. I mean, like, look at it. Look at it. It's just beautiful. The colors, come on. So I think I'm going to hold on to this for now. It is on probation though, shall we say. The next pile are my like solid t-shirts, I would say. Some of them have like a logo on them, but for the most part, they're solids. And these are some of my most worn. We've got like a mid-tone green, like the same green I'm wearing, my favorite green. We've got a deep green. We've got a sagey green. This is my Palestine t-shirt. We've got a light and a dark purple. Perfect. Then we have two pinks, a light and a bright, I would say, and a red. Really got most of my bases covered here in terms of the colors that I love to wear. So those, I want to keep all of those. No questions. I do have this like 3/4 length green top. Don't wear this as much as my green t-shirts, but I feel like this is worth keeping. And I have been wearing this a little bit more than my other 3/4 top that we were talking about. So I'm going to hold on to this one. And then finally, something that kind of fits in between the categories of like patterned and plain. These two tops that are mostly blank on the front, but then have like these plasticky patterns on the back. I really struggle to have like plasticky prints on the front. Like something like this is different. This, like, you don't really feel it. It's like more in the fabric, even though it's printed on. This though, this is just plastic on top of the fabric. I struggle with these a little bit. If it was on the chest, I just wouldn't own these. But because it's on the back, as long as I don't wear them on a too hot day, I usually get away with it. However, this one, I just have never really loved the fit of it. I mean, the back's really cool and it's one of my few blue t-shirts, but to be honest with you, I don't know that I love this shade of blue. And then, yeah, it's just like, it's a weird fit on me. It's like oversized in some ways to the point where it's almost too big, but then it's fitted in other ways. I don't know. I just have never loved this one. So I think this is a resell. This one though, it is sort of softening up with wear. I've had this for like, I don't know, a year or two now. I did find it secondhand. It's from Homey, which is like a brand I'm happy to rep, you know. And this back is it's really fun and really cool. I do have another like lilac light purple top that I wear more simply because of this, but I do still like this. So I think I'm going to keep on to this one. Hold on to this one. So that's the t-shirts. We're keeping most of them as I expected we would, but now we can see how they fit back in here. I think I'm going to have heaps of room actually. I'm going to put all the plain ones in one drawer and the pattern ones in another. Don't know that they'll necessarily stay that way, but let's start off the year, well, the season strong, hey? With a little bit of organization. It sort of feels like I got rid of half of my t-shirts, but we didn't. We're only passing on a handful. I guess that's what a little bit of folding and organization can do, hey? Speaking of, I still need to figure out I need to find a basket for my socks. That is us done in this room though, I think. We now have a whole bunch of work to do with the jackets, with the accessories, with my bags, even my shoes. We're really going through everything today. Maybe not today, I might have to do the rest tomorrow. But I think we're making some good progress, so let's keep this up. Okay, phase 2 is the accessories, the jackets, all the extra bits. And as you know, I keep my jackets in here. Ooh, and it's getting pretty full. It's getting pretty fucking full. The vast majority of my jackets I wear and I love, and I like having a variety of jackets to choose from. As I've spoken about, I'm very picky regarding like the temperature. I like to have a variety of weights of jackets. I also like to have a variety of colors because I'm me. So most of these are staying. We're not doing a big purge. However, there are a few that have overstayed their welcome that I've sort of known in my head for a while, probably shouldn't still be here, and yet they are. Because I'm a softie. Firstly, we've got my blue, it's a shirt, yes, but it's like this heavy weight cotton. I found this at a consignment store from Koto and I am obsessed with it. I got it last year and I wore the shit out of it last summer. And I expect to do the exact same this summer. Next up, we have my shiny purple jacket. Probably one of my least worn jackets, but absolutely one of my favorites. I'm never getting rid of this. Then we've got my pink corduroy. This is intense. It's a lot, even for me, but it's just a great thing to have, especially on those kind of just like fresh spring days or cooler summer days. A very similar item in terms of weight and fabric is this one. This is from Lucy and Yak. I got this a couple of years ago and it's something I love in theory, but I think something we have learnt together over the last couple of years is that things with a black base just don't tend to get a lot of wear from me. Let me put it on and show you. It's a great, comfortable, oversized, slouchy sort of fit. I like it a lot. I always get compliments on it. Every time I wear it, people are like, oh my God, where did you get that from? I'm obsessed. And maybe that's part of the reason I've kept it for as long as I have, because I'm a sucker for a compliment. I'm vain as anyone else, you know? But then reality is I never, ever fucking wear it. And if I do, it's like once a year. And it's one of those things that I am only wearing because I'm forcing myself to, you know, not because I genuinely wanted to that day. And I think that's silly. I think this should be worn with joy, not with resentment, because it is a joyful piece of clothing that I think it's time to pass on. Okay, next up is probably one of my most worn garments in my wardrobe. This is a Lucien Yak coat as well, but this one's in canvas. It's in green. I've also got my Palestine watermelon with the keffiyeh there. It's great. I love it. This is just one of those things that's so easy to throw on for me. Yeah, I'm just keeping this. Next up is this. I love this. I got this. It's from Embracing Bella, which is like a local kind of like indie plus size brand. She was selling a bunch of her clothes at the plus size market that my friend took me to. Was it last year? And I tried this on and I thought it was so cool and everyone loved it. Like strangers were telling me, oh my God, I hope you're going to buy that because it looks amazing. My friend was like, that's incredible. And I was like, yeah, I really like it. I love, it kind of feels a bit 80s to me, like the colors and the stripes. It's a bit of a bomber jacket thing, which I don't really think is my thing, but I liked it a lot. It was only after I had kind of said out loud that I was going to buy it that my friend was like, yeah, and the sequin love heart is so cool. And I was like, what do you mean? What sequin love heart where? There's this sequin love heart on the back. That actually, if you push the sequins back, makes a smiley face. Can you see that? I hate it. I know that everybody else thinks that the sequin love heart is the coolest thing about this jacket. It just takes it in a direction that is so not me. And then combine that with the fact that this is a style of jacket that I don't tend to gravitate towards. And it's black. Yes, there's some color, but it's black. Come on. Means that I just haven't worn this jacket nearly as much as I should have. Let me try it on for you. It's really great. It fits me really well. It's really well made. It's got like this lining. I don't know. It's just, it feels great to be in. And it was one of those purchases that I just made in like the flurry and the excitement of the day. And it was a great day. But now I have this jacket that I just low-key resent. And I think it's finally time to set it and I free. We both need to be free of each other. We're just not meant to be, and maybe that's okay. Next is a jacket I wear all the time. It's this very, very light purple carpenter jacket. Honestly needs a bit of a wash. I did wear it a lot over the winter, keeping it, obviously. Next is probably my most worn coat. It's just a very practical item. It's this dark purple. I love the color. Keeping this, obviously. It's been my most worn jacket for the last few years running, and I think it will continue to be. I think this is one of those things that I'll have until it falls apart, basically. This jacket, these next two we're going to talk about are like my big jackets, and I just didn't wear them this winter. And part of me is like, well, it just wasn't a very cold winter this year, so that's okay. The other part of me, though, is also concerned with how oversized, especially this one is. See, I mean, I suppose it's not too oversized on me. Like, it is a little big. I probably would be better off with the size smaller. But overall, though, it's still just a very big, warm coat. I don't like how heavy it is, but I think at some point when you want like a big coat, it's probably gonna weigh a certain amount, you know? And so even though this winter was just so mild, I had no need for it. And also I didn't really go out at nighttime very much, which is probably also the other part. This is something I would be wearing on like a cold winter evening in Melbourne. And that just wasn't something that was called for this year. So it feels weird to have literally not worn something in a year and still be keeping it. But I think this is one of those things that I like to have because sometimes it does get this cold in Melbourne, but it doesn't get this cold very often. It's not an everyday coat for me, but it is a handy thing to have. And I would rather just keep the one that I have that I do like rather than like getting rid of it now and freaking out next winter and getting something new. So it's a keep. It's a keep. Next is my other big jacket. I've got two kind of like big true winter jackets. Again, this is something that I have worn over the last couple of years. I think I've had this for maybe 5 years. Let me try it on. It actually fits me better than I remember. I don't know why. I think it's just because they're so big. I don't like how big they feel. Sort of like a weighted blanket. And sometimes I want that feeling and right now I don't. They do take up quite a bit of space physically, but I just keep coming back to, I think they're good to have. I think as someone who lives in Melbourne and doesn't like the cold, it's good to have a couple of big jackets. So we're going to keep them. Okay. And then finally, the last outerwear item that I have is my raincoat. And obviously I'm keeping this. This was one of those investment pieces that I waited so many years to get the one that I wanted, and I just love it. So obviously it's a keep. So I think we only removed, what, like two jackets from here, but that feels good. I wear all of these. Yes, a couple of them I don't wear as often, but I do wear all of them and I like all of them. We've got kind of like our lighter weight sort of options. We've got like the mid-weight options, and then we've got a couple of heavy duty jackets for those rare occasions it's cold enough. And then obviously my raincoat. I'm happy with that. Okay, that's the jackets done. I am getting knackered, but we must persevere. We still have more to do. One thing I did want to kind of maybe think about getting rid of is this is where I keep my scarves. So I've got like a few keffiyehs. I've got a few, like this scarf I inherited basically from my granny, and then some of my like smaller like neckerchief scarf sort of things. Since I started knitting, I have been wearing my like 2 scarves that I knitted for myself a lot more than any of these. So these are not getting as much wear this year, but I mean, I'm not getting rid of my keffiyehs. Obviously they serve more purposes than just literally keeping me warm. I love them. I love them so much, and obviously they mean a lot to me. The one thing that I think I'm ready to get rid of from here is this black scarf. Mum initially gave this to me, and it's got these cute little like pom-pom thingies on them. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if that's what they're called. I think the only times I really wear black is when I'm literally going to some kind of protest where I don't want to be like very easily identifiable. And that was the last time I wore this. It was like on a cold, like kind of intense protest day. I don't think I need this. So I'm going to check with Mum if she wants it so I can pass that along. The rest, I mean, I think obviously I don't wear these all the time. I think they're all serving a purpose and I appreciate that they're here. So they're going to stay. Okay. So that is that part of the cupboard. What do we want to do next? We've got like the rest of my accessories, bags, and shoes. We're already in here. Let's slide over to this part of the wardrobe, hey? This side of the wardrobe, I know it's a bit hard to kind of get in here. This is part of our house that's like shaped a little weird. It's like at an angle. Anyway, I do want to talk about maybe a couple of my bags. Firstly, I was sort of thinking about this bag. It's just a little crossbody that I got secondhand that I really like, actually. Like, I don't have a problem with this bag. The thing is, I just don't wear it for a very specific reason. It's sort of like a weird size in that, like, I can fit my puffer in here, which is kind of handy, I guess, but that's kind of all. If I want to take anything else with me that wouldn't just fit in a pocket, I need to take one of my bigger bags. And like, those aren't much bigger, but they just are that little bit bigger where they actually fit stuff. This is just a little bit useless in terms of the sorts of things that I would normally want to carry, which means I just don't really reach for it. So I think we're going to resell this one. And then the only other ones I want to talk about are these two, because I have 2 light blue bags. And this feels a little bit silly. It was like a whole thing. I really wanted a light blue bag and I thought I missed out on one. And so then I bought a different one, but then the other one came. I ended up with 2, okay? And I really like both of them. I feel silly having both of them. I feel like I should just pick one. I just don't know which one that is. I really like the fact that this one has like this shiny texture. I feel like it definitely adds something different to my wardrobe. This one is just like a flat light blue, but I think I prefer this color. Sort of what I'm leaning towards is basically because these straps are very, like they're removable. I kind of am thinking to swap the straps, but then keep this one with the light blue strap. Because if I ever did want to use a black strap, I have a black one of these bags that has a black strap. So I can change it, like, you know, interchange that way. So I might resell this with the black strap and then just keep this one. Let me do that and have a look. Yeah, I like that. I think with the blue strap, this is now giving me the light blue freshness thing that I want from that bag anyway. And it's one of those things that sometimes when you have too many options, like, yeah, you always try and find the best option or the perfect option, when in reality, this would work perfectly fine. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's where I'm landing. I'm going to keep this one with this strap and I'm going to pass on the light blue with the black strap. I think that's what we're going to do. Getting rid of 2 bags today. The rest of my bags and my hats, I'm happy with. So that means we're done in here. What else do we have to go through? I suppose the only other category is really shoes, and then I guess jewelry, but I don't have a lot of jewelry. I don't wear it hardly ever, but I just don't see the point in getting rid of the things that I do have. I think I should just keep them. I'll show you. I've got like, I don't know, 6 or 7 like necklaces that are pretty, but at the end of the day, I just never take this off. And the only time I wear these is when I feel like being fancy or really feel like being different, usually like an event. I feel like I should just keep these. I should just keep them on hand and wear them once a year, and that's fine. The shoes though, we do need to talk about the shoes. God, I feel like everything is getting such a mess. I don't know if you can see in the mirror, but like the chair behind you is just full of all the clothes I need to try on, because I know I'm interspersing those into the video, but I haven't filmed that part yet. Think of what's ahead of me. Pray for me, please. Anyway, I have 2 pairs of shoes that I just don't think I've been getting enough wear out of, or that I'm like concerned, or I just want to think. Let's just think through it, okay? First is the easy ones. We got my little red ballet flats. These I got secondhand. I wore these to my friend's wedding. They're comfortable enough as far as like ballet flats are concerned. I do think they're low-key ugly. I kind of like them for the ugliness though. I think an ugly ballet flat is about the only ballet flat that I could really get down with these days. And they're camper, so they've got like a little bit of like a squishy sort of sole. Like they're not completely flat to the ground, but they're basically flat to the ground. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I wear chunky ass sole shoes 9 times out of, no, I wouldn't even say 9 times, like every day. Those are the shoes that I like to wear. They're the shoes that I feel my best in. I feel like they're pretty integral to my style. Whenever I wear a flat shoe, I just feel like I look weird. And also that's just how I'm most comfortable. I like some cushion underneath my foot. At the end of the day, these are just so not me. Like I'm glad I had them for the wedding. And like, if I'm going to wear flats, I probably am going to go for a color like red. I want to get rid of these. That's how I feel. I just want to get rid of these. It feels silly for them to be taking up room, even if they're not taking up that much room. It's time for them to move on. The other shoes are these ones. They're these Nike Air Force ones that I got secondhand because I like the color. And that's still true. I do like the color. They're only here because of my shoes. I think I probably wear these the least, like of my sneaker derby-esque kind of shoes. And I think truly the only reason that is because they may be slightly less comfortable than my other shoes. Like my other shoes, most of them are rollies and they're all just so comfortable. These are just mostly comfortable. Do you know what I mean? And so basically I'm just so spoiled with my other shoes that 9 times out of 10 when I'm going for sneakers, I'm going to opt for one of my other pairs, even though I love how these look. And there are a few outfits that I kind of only like if I wear these. I don't like them as much when I wear some of my other shoes. So I don't know that I want to get rid of them. I think if I were trying to be like brutal about a declutter, and I don't know, Marie Kondo was in my house, she would tell me to get rid of these shoes. Basically, that's why I brought them in. That's why I feel like they're up for discussion. Do I want to get rid of them? I don't know that I do. So I think that's all the like going through closets and drawers that we need to do. Now we need to sit down and assess what we're actually getting rid of and what I'm actually keeping. Can you believe this is day 3 for me? Between the going through everything, the trying everything on, and now the figuring out the storage system for those items that I need to put away. As you can see, I have already filled up. Can you see? I hope you can see. I've already filled up my original 2 storage bins. All of these Cole jeans just take up a lot of room. I do also have some of my swimmers. I kind of have like 2 lots of swimmers in 2 different sizes. So I've put the larger ones away and I'm keeping the ones that are in the smaller size in my wardrobe. These ones a little bit big, but I still love them. Still going to keep them for if and when. And that is true for basically everything in here, which is mostly my Cole jeans, as well as a few other pairs of jeans and pants that we spoke about. Now, I did talk to Blair about how I had a lot of other clothes, and potentially I have even more, that I don't want to get rid of but aren't fitting me right now. And he did a kind, wonderful thing. He made some extra space in our storage cage and got me 2 more bins. He said there is room for 2 more, which obviously gives me quite a lot more storage space and flexibility as to what I can keep, because otherwise everything in this pile would simply have to be sold or donated. And I'm hoping that will actually also mean that there are a few other things that I've been keeping in my wardrobes, even though they're not really quite working for me or aren't going to be working for the season, that maybe I can store away as well, just to make some extra space and to clear my head as well. So most of these are the denim jeans. I still haven't really exactly decided what I'm doing. Maybe editing Katey has. I, in this moment, have not. So I also went through like my little homewares pajama drawer basically, and a lot of those clothes, which aren't really clothes that I wear out of the house, but they're too big as well, but they're comfy and they're lovely. So I'm gonna hold on to them. This is a pair of pants that they're just too big. I'm definitely finding it's the pants more than anything. I think because I like an oversized fit, or, you know, I've bought a lot of like stretchy tops. I feel like a lot of my tops and jackets even, I'm getting away with the weight fluctuations a lot more. And a lot of my pants that, like these ones that have like more flexibility, I'm still getting away with as well. It's more the rigid kind of pants, even though a lot of them do have some flexibility, it's obviously limited in comparison to other pants. And I don't really think that there are like the perfect like Cole jean equivalent that could adjust for like 2+ sizes. Like we're talking 3, 4 sizes potentially, you know what I mean? Like I don't want all of my clothes to be rigid denim, but like I do like to have some. And those are obviously the area that it's hard to really adjust over a wide size range. And then even things like the simple elastic waistband, definitely adjustable, but I would say most of them I'm finding they kind of have like a 2, maybe a 3 size kind of bandwidth that they can account for. And beyond that, it starts to get a bit difficult. Anyway, you get it. We're gonna start packing up these 2 other boxes that I have, but also making some final decisions about what to keep. This Jericho Road top, I think I am ready to let go of. Like, part of me wants to store it away, but it feels silly to store something away during summer that I would wear during summer because I don't want to wear it. This one, it is just too big, but I really like it. So I'm going to hold on to this one. Into storage it goes. This, I think I'm also ready to let go of. Now to make some decisions about the jeans. I think the 501s, we decided we were probably going to keep in storage. I also wanted to keep my old favorites, these rib cage with the very raggedy bottom. I'm kind of feeling like I only really want to hold on to 3 pairs maybe. That way I've got 1 pair of like full length jeans just in case the situation ever calls for it, I suppose. So keeping 3 and selling 3 of my Levi's. So those were the things I still had to make decisions about. Now we have a bit more flexibility. So I think I'm going to grab a few other things that are just taking up some space unnecessarily, especially for summer. And I'm going to put them away as well. Okay, and after all that work, this is where we're landing. I will show you my drawers and stuff so you can see how neat and tidy they are. I mean, I feel like I keep my drawers and stuff relatively tidy. You know, it's not like by the time I do each of these 6-month kind of tidy ups, my drawers and stuff are just like chaos. It's not that bad, but it is always just so nice to have this refresh and to just fold everything and put everything back in like a nice color order and stuff. This is everything we're moving on. Or these are all the things that I'm selling. There's a small pile of things that I know Mutual Muse won't be interested in that I will be donating, but I always try to minimize how much I'm donating. So I feel relatively confident that Mutual Muse will want like at least 90% of this. Obviously, I'm not delusional. I don't think that everything automatically is guaranteed to find a new home, but I think I increase their chances by trying to resell the majority of my clothes first. And then over here are our 3 bins of storage. It is a lot of clothes, but obviously jeans and particularly those wide leg Cole jeans do take up a lot of space. And even though I'm really sad that a lot of these items won't be in my wardrobe for me to wear over the next however long, I'm grateful that I don't have to get rid of them right now because my body changing is like stressful and difficult enough without having to say goodbye to some of my favorite, most worn items. And obviously I can't wear them right now. That's just a reality and that sucks in and of itself. But at least I don't have to do the brutal thing of getting rid of them. I get to hold on to them and hope that maybe one day they'll work again, or at least give myself some space to adjust emotionally and mentally to not having these items in my wardrobe. I don't know. It's a tricky line and I don't think there's one answer for everyone. I'm trying to do my best with what I've got and what my current needs dictate. But I do feel like we achieved quite a lot. I'm feeling sad, but I'm also feeling relieved that I don't have to open up my wardrobe every day and just see a bunch of clothes that aren't fitting me and just get sad every morning that I can't wear my favorite clothes. Obviously, in our near future, we will be heading back to Mrs. Lee to get some tailoring done. And obviously I will also be heading to Mutual Muse to hopefully sell a bunch of my clothes. So let me know if you would like any other kind of videos around either of those 2 topics or what else you'd like to see. I really hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. A big thank you as always to my lovely patrons who very generously support me and my channel. And especially a big thank you goes to Livia, Haley, and Belinda. But that's it from me for now. I'll see you again next week. Bye.